The Rose Bowl, a classic game that we all look forward to every single year. This year, with a shot at the national championship, we have Michigan taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. If you are new to this channel, I would appreciate it if you would like the video. Also, subscribe if you are not already, and hit the notification bell to get updates on props. And if you are looking for bonus picks and plays, check the link in the description below. What is up, everybody? I want to wish everyone a happy new year as we move into 2024. I have some prop picks, and then I have a game prediction for you for the Michigan and Alabama game in the Rose Bowl. I am recording this on Wednesday, so things are subject to change. The spread's about 1.5 each way. The total is about 44.5. I think that number is going to go up a little bit. And then the money line with Alabama being the underdog and Michigan being the favorite. For my first pick, I am going to be looking at Jalen Milroe, quarterback, Alabama here. I was looking at the interceptions because Michigan's has the second ranked defense, but I was like, no. I looked over here for both quarterbacks, for both passing tops. I'm thinking, no. Rushing yards is very tempting, but I think Michigan's going to put a spy on him because Milroe's got the legs, and this team is going to live or die with Jalen Milroe's success, and it's going to be through the passing yards. If you look at his last 5, he's averaging 220. So I'm thinking more here, but this is where PrizePicks falls short. If I go to my sports book here, and I go to college football, and I slide on down and I find the game that I'm looking for, which is Alabama and Michigan passing. We go to the passing yards here. Jalen Milroe, that is that is over minus 103 value. That is not the value that's going to win you money. Yes, if it hits, you'll win more, but the likelihood of that hitting is not very good. And with Michigan's defense being elite as it is, we want every opportunity we can get. I am taking 194. And if you bet outside of PrizePicks and you look at other apps like Sleeper or Underdog or anything like that, PrizePicks has the highest number at 205.5, which is very disappointing. But I am not going to be taking it on PrizePicks. If you have FanDuel, DraftKings, MyBookie, or what have you, I suggest you shop elsewhere for this line. But around 200 yards is what I'm thinking for Jalen Milroe for my first prop. And not to mention, Milroe just threw for 192 versus Georgia, which was almost 193.5 or 194, whichever sportsbook that you take. But he's hit over 193.5 in 10 of his last 12 games. And guess what? Kyle McCord just threw 271 yards versus Michigan not too long ago. So that's why I feel extra confident with this play right here. For my next pick, I'm going to be looking on the Michigan side of the ball. I was thinking about J.J. McCarthy. Said no. Blake Corum? No. J.J. McCarthy, I'm really worried about that guy. But I'm feeling the love here with Colston Loveland at 36.5. Number seems kind of high for me. He's been averaging, I think it was 40. Yeah, right around a little over 41.5 in his last 5. Let me tell you why I'm going to be betting this over on my sportsbook. I'm taking Jalen Milroe here, and I kind of want to keep all my bets together. And if we go to the receiving yards here in the Michigan-Alabama game, we can see Mr. Colston Loveland right here. So if you're doing 36.5, it's right around minus 113 value, but I'd rather take the 10 yards off. If you parlay them together with Jalen Milroe, look at it, you're almost doubling your money at plus 179. And if we go to ESPN.com, I always like to look at their season history, if there's any trends. Like, I'm an Ohio State fan, and I just kept hearing this fool's name during the game. 5 catches, 88 yards. Maryland, 36. Penn State, that was like a really weird game. They just used a lot of running game to kind of feed the beast in Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards to kind of run down the clock and really just punish Penn State. But anyway, you can see here throughout the season they use them a lot. Alabama is going to be all up in the face of J.J. McCarthy, and I think the success with Michigan lies with J.J. McCarthy, but he's going to look for his check down. He's going to look for his trusted tight end, Colston, feel the love, Loveland. And I said I was going to also give you a game prediction. Well, the spread is plus 1.5, minus 1.5 with Michigan being favored, and I'm going to take Alabama here, and I'm going to tell you why. because it all comes down to JJ McCarthy. And if JJ McCarthy's under constant pressure and Blake Corum isn't able to get anything going, I just have a hard time seeing how Michigan is going to win. Blake Corum had really good games against Ohio State and Penn State, and McCarthy's just going to have to really figure it out if they're going to be able to not run with Corum or Donovan Edwards. If you just look at the stats here, look at it versus Iowa. Yes, Iowa is one of the best defenses in the nation. 22 of 30. The high completion percentage was due to dink and dunks. Look at that, sacked 4 times. Ohio State, yes, they had a balanced offense that day, but just look, he's only thrown for over 300 yards one time. And you're telling me when Nick Saban has had over a month to prepare and plan, you think that's looks good and bodes well for Michigan? It doesn't. Jim Harbaugh, he's had 2 playoff losses as a coach, and Michigan just has never won 14 games in a season. The reasons go on and on, but the biggest factor is going to be here. Jalen Milroe, he's the X factor. He can run, he can throw, he can use his legs. JJ McCarthy cannot really use his legs. So I am going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be going to game props here. I'm going to be going to all markets. My apologies. And I'm taking Alabama to win straight up. I'm not taking any points at plus 425. And if you parlay them together at $50, it returns 262. And there you have it, everybody. Jalen Milroe is going to have 194 yards at least. Colston Loveland's going to catch at least 27 receiving yards, and Alabama is going to beat Michigan in the Rose Bowl. $50 to win 262. Thank you, and good luck, everyone.